George W. Bush was born on July 6, 1946, in New Haven, Connecticut. Bush mostly grew up in Texas after his father moved to Midland, Texas, where he took part in the oil boom. After junior high, Bush Jr. went to boarding school in Andover, Massachusetts. He attended Yale and Harvard, and he actually attained solid C's in school, but he still graduated. Then he became a pilot in the Texas Air National Guard during Vietnam. This is when he became involved in politics. In 1994, Bush was elected Texas governor and re-elected in 1998. Bush then attained the Republican presidential nomination over John McCain in 1999. The election of 2000 was back and forth and very close, but Bush ended up winning the electoral vote over Democrat Al Gore, 271 to 266, but he lost the popular vote. In 2004, Bush ran against Democrat John Kerry and won the electoral vote 286 to 251, but this time won the popular vote as well.
George W. Bush was the third president out of the past four who was a governor. Due to this, Bush was very involved with domestic policies and issues. In 2003, the Medicare Prescription Drug and Modernization Act was passed and provided assistance to senior citizens in insurance and prescription drug costs. This included discounts on certain medicines for senior citizens. He cut taxes as taxes dropped $1.3 to $1.4 trillion over the past 10 years. He also sought to improve public education systems. He passed the No Child Left Behind Act, which required state testing for students. With this in place, he wanted the proficiency from students in reading and math to rise up to 100%. Also, this act would improve school systems and create a better learning environment for everyone across the nation. While Bush was reading to children on September 11, 2001, he received dreadful news that the World Trade Center was hit by two planes. He flew back to New York as soon as he could and gave his famous bullhorn speech.
I want you all to know that America today is on bended knee in prayer for the people whose lives were lost here, for the workers who work here, for the families who mourn. This nation stands with the good people of New York City.
Due to the attack, the Patriot Act was passed. It gave law enforcement more power to hunt down terrorism in controversial ways. This included recording of phone calls and other such information.
It wasn't until the dreaded day of September 11, 2001, that Bush's foreign policy really began to play a role in his presidency. After all, America needed to respond, and Bush responded. Just 9 days later, Bush presented himself in front of Congress at Capitol Hill, with the purpose of delivering a speech that could be clearly understood as a declaration of war.
It is not only repressing its own people, it is threatening people everywhere by sponsoring and sheltering and supplying terrorists, by aiding and abetting murder. The Taliban regime is committing murder. And tonight, the United States of America makes the following demands on the Taliban. Deliver to United States authorities all the leaders of Al-Qaeda who hide in your land.
On October 7, 2001, war with Afghanistan and the Taliban regime began. After taking Kabul with the help of the Northern Alliance, Bush quickly set his sights upon Iraq. Bush stated that his reason for going to Iraq was to seek to replace its Ba'athist regime with a democracy. His main target was Saddam Hussein. The invasion began on March 19, 2003, and Bush promised to prevent Hussein from acquiring nuclear and chemical weapons. In October 2002, he presented Congress with a resolution authorizing him to invade Iraq if Saddam Hussein did not surrender what everyone on both sides of the debate assumed to be a reality: its arsenal of weapons of mass destruction. By far, his decision to invade Iraq has been the most controversial one of his presidency. The capture of Saddam Hussein did not alleviate all the chaos, and the crisis in Iraq was re-emerged during the 2004 general election. Regarding Iran, the Bush administration deferred to European-led non-proliferation acts and protocols. In North Korea, Bush himself pushed for multi-party talks designed to pressure Kim Jong-il. Today, we feel the effects of the Bush administration's actions, both good and bad. The economy has suffered since Bush's presidency as the 2 wars he launched and the cuts in taxes created large national debt. Though, due to these wars, the war on terror has become a global effort. Also, the creation of the prison in Guantanamo Bay has become a controversial issue, as detainees have been reported to be tortured. Furthermore, the Patriot Act has also become a controversial issue as it intrudes on some constitutional rights. Also, the No Child Left Behind Act dramatically increases the nation's education standards. Overall, George W. Bush's presidency created lasting effects that we still feel today.